What's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Kingpin Talks podcast. This is your boy, Dun the Kingpin. And along with me on tonight, I have no other than Mr. PMT, Playoff Mode Tone, Mr. Anthony Conerly, man. What's going on, my brother? What's up?
Not too much, man. Just, I feel like a kid, on Christmas Eve, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
everything we've been talking about and discussing, we finally get to really see it, in action tomorrow. So
yeah,
super, super excited.
yeah. Me too, man. Me too. I remember on our last episode, I was talking about how optimistic I was about this season, based on what we did, not just in the middle of last season at the trade deadline, but in the off season as well. I feel like, to me personally, we had the best off season this past year. So I'm definitely looking forward to the squad and seeing, all the players perform. Of course, Vando is, day to day with that ankle injury. So it's going to be unfortunate to see him out, not to see him out there on tomorrow. But I feel like we got enough weapons to go out there in his place to, get the job done. So we're going to be talking about, just giving a recap on the preseason as well as, gearing up for us to spoil the ring ceremony of the so-called defending champs, the Denver Nuggets, that, you know, saying everybody need to shut up talking about them, but at the same time they out here talking about us. So we got a little bit of get back, still talking. So we got a little bit of get back to get to them on tomorrow night. Can't wait for that. But first we're gonna talk about the Lakers preseason. Of course, the Lakers did go 2-4 in the preseason, but to me personally, I really don't care about the wins and the losses. To me, I don't care about that. All I wanted to see was how the players on the court performed with each other. Of course, we had a lot of new pieces added this past off season. And the only thing I was waiting out, the only thing I was really trying to look for during the preseason is to see how these pieces mesh together. And I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, what I saw during these 6 preseason games, it gives you a lot of optimism. If you are a Lakers fan, you should feel very optimistic about what you saw out there on the court. But I'm gonna turn it over to Andy this time. I'm gonna see, does he have anything to add? What was your thoughts about the preseason?
Yeah, I mean, very encouraged by what I saw. And it was funny, like Laker fans tend to do. It's like, the last game against trying to remember who we played. Against the Phoenix Suns. And everybody was looking forward to that matchup. Coach Ham has said, "Oh, there's going to be a full dress rehearsal, and really going to see what the regular rotations are going to look like." So, of course, everybody is wanting to know who the starting five is going to be, or the missing piece of the starting five. But then also too, people were looking forward to seeing the Lakers squad against, Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and KD. And then the whole thing changed when the announcement came out that Beal and Booker weren't going to be playing. And so, that took away a lot of the steam of the game. And I think people just kind of expected us to just kind of go out there and roll them. Like we were just going to smoke them. The game wasn't going to be close at all. And, the first half when the starters were playing, we definitely made an impact and punched them in the mouth and separate. I think the league got to like 14 at the most.
Yeah.
And then after halftime, you could just tell like they were not as focused as they have been in the first half. And that's the thing. It's like it's a preseason game. You're not really playing against another team full strength. This is the last preseason game. So it's like, I wasn't really expecting there to be a bunch of focus like in the game. Now, there were some things that were a bit concerning, like Rui definitely didn't play his best game.
Yeah.
People pointed that out. But, as usual with Laker fans, the sky was falling, and it's like there's all these things that we need to be concerned about. And I'm like,
right, trade him.
Can we actually like see what this team looks like?
Yes.
In regular season minutes before we start talking about all these changes and all these things that scare us potentially. So, but yeah, I mean, like you said, the record didn't bother me at all,
Mhm.
and I really just wanted to see how the pieces fit together. I'm sure we'll get into this later, but seeing the new starting lineup, which I'm interested. I don't know if we'll ever, I don't know what it's going to look like when Vando actually gets healthy. But seeing, Torian on the floor, and I think you and I both agreed, we felt like Vando was, going to be the fifth starter.
Yeah.
This whole heel injury that's kind of thrown a wrench into this. We don't
Mhm.
really know. We're hoping, obviously, that it's not, it's not. They say he's just day to day.
Yeah.
Now I have, I have PTSD from what's his name, the one who got traded for Rui, the one who had the bone bruise.
Kendrick Nunn.
Kendrick Nunn. So I
He
got
gave, he
PTSD
gave us none.
from Kendrick Nunn. So Kendrick Nunn was like, it seemed like every other month he was on the verge of coming back
Yeah.
from that bone bruise, and he never touched the floor.
Yeah, he was day to day for like 1.5 years.
Exactly. So I mean, I don't think it's a serious injury, and they say he's day to day. Vando's actually
Mhm.
been on the bench with the team, so I don't think it's a huge issue or concern. Um, but seeing Torian with the starters, and it's crazy. I didn't even think it was a possibility when that report came out. I think Jovan was the one that
Mhm.
put it out there that he was kind of lurking potentially as the fifth starter, and I didn't believe it, especially based on the politics of Vando just getting his extension. But again, we don't really know yet because of the injury.
Right.
But seeing Torian out there with the team, I feel like it definitely raises the offensive floor. Vando, which we saw the videos he posted in the off season of him working on his game, especially on the offensive end. Like just being better with the ball, like finishing around the rim,
Yeah.
shooting with confidence, shooting the corner three. And we still kind of yet have to see what that working out like, what it's going to turn into. But Torian being in the starting five, I feel like if he's able to at least be a serviceable defender on most nights, which I feel like he can be, then that just raises the offensive floor of the team, so much. And so, um, that was one of the storylines that I really, um, enjoyed looking at. Was actually looking at that what turned out to be the starting five and seeing how well they fit together.
Yeah.
And just the added shooting, how much spacing that actually adds on the floor for LeBron and AD to operate, and attack the rim. So
Right. Yeah. All good points, brother. All good points right there. And going back to the Phoenix game, of course, they was without like you said, their book and Bradley Beal. And just a complete contrast from the first half to the second half. It seemed like the first half we was clicking, we was firing on all cylinders. Then just second half we just decided to put our foot off the gas, and we seen that a lot last season. It's like we had trouble finishing, and it's like I get it. It's preseason. You're really not trying to go full force. You're really trying to ease your way into the season. And I get all that. At the same time, you cannot have occurring um issues going into the season. Um, this team has to finish. We got
yep,
to finish the games.
yep,
Um, Especially with start regular season now because these games count. This ain't
mhm,
preseason no more. So if you're up in the first half, do what you did in the first half, even better than what you did in the first half, and just keep your foot on the gas at all times. We have the roster, we have the pieces to do that, and we just have to stay focused, game in, game out. And that was one of the things that concerned me. When it comes to the Prince situation. To me personally, I mean, I really don't have an issue with him being in the starting lineup for now. My thing was, and like me and you talked about, I'd rather have defense starting than off the bench.
yeah,
I feel like, with D'Lo, Austin Reeves, LeBron, and AD, we have enough scores on coming off the starting lineup. We have enough scores out there that can handle their own. There's no problem they're putting Vando out there. Vando last season, he was one of the most, if not the most exciting piece that we got at the trade deadline, specifically because of the defensive prowess that he brings, the energy that he brings, the rebounds, the hustle, to go out there and guard people like, Luka Doncic, Steph Curry, John Morant. He's switchable, and that's what you want in the starting lineup. LeBron, he's 38, going on 39 December. You're not really counting on him to go out there and to guard on the perimeter. Now he can sum it up here and there,
Yeah.
but we need most of that energy on the offensive end. Which at that point we really ain't gonna need much of him this season because we have enough pieces out there that's going to be able to carry the load. He don't have to go out there and score 30 every night. That's not gonna be a requirement this year. I just felt like Vando could sense him on that wing. And also, our guard play as well. Austin Reeves, he's proven within, since his work in FIBA playing for USA basketball that he's increased his defensive ability as well, on ball defense. His playmaking, like I really enjoyed seeing the progression from Austin Reeves from when we got him as an undrafted free agent unto the work that he's done now. It's been like night and day. And then D'Lo, like he was on fire this preseason. He really came out there and shut the naysayers' mouth. He's heard the chatter of how Bruce Brown pretty much locked him up and made him non-existent in the Western Conference Finals. You can tell that he's been putting in the work this all season.
For
You
sure.
can tell that he's come out there with vengeance, and I just want to see him continue to do that. I don't want to see him just light up in the regular season, then the playoffs just disappear. I
Sure.
need that same effort that you get into that we've seen in preseason, going to the regular season throughout the whole season, because I feel like he has the potential to be that third option on this team. If not, possibly Austin Reeves could be that third option, but we're going to see. We're going to see. With the Prince situation, I feel like they put him in the starting lineup specifically because of Vando's injury. I feel like when Vando comes back, when he gets healthy, I feel like he's going to be put back in that starting lineup. But
Okay.
where, depending on how Prince performs in his starting lineup, if he go out there and lights it up, he could have a very chance of permanently being that fifth starter. Because what Prince gives you, he's not the defender that Vando is, and he's not the offensive juggernaut that Rui is, but he's a combination of those to a
Yeah.
lesser degree. He can give you, he's a capable 3-and-D shooter. And he can drive it to the basket at times, but the work effort that he gives you day in and day out, it can't be ignored. I've loved ever since we got him on this squad. I really loved him. That he's a player that I've always wanted to come to this Lakers squad, and so for us to have him and nobody else don't, that's a luxury.
Oh,
So
for sure.
I don't have no issue with him starting over Vando for now. Let Vando get healthy, let him rest that heel, let him get himself back together, and then once that time comes, I feel like that Vando's gonna be back in that starting lineup. But Prince has a chance as well to lock that starting lineup up as well. It's gonna be interesting to see how Darvin Ham manages the minutes, because this ain't the same team from last season. Like, this team is 10 deep.
Yep.
This team is 10 deep. We have at least 10 to 11 players that can give you at least 10 points, like bare minimum 15. So managing those minutes, and then just managing the execution on the court, that's going to be the keys to us winning the championship, because I feel like just about every Lakers fans feel like that this is a championship roster, and I do too. I
Yeah.
feel like we're the top. We can be the top seed in the West. That's barring injury, barring if we go out there and win the games that we're supposed to, and don't take anybody for granted. So it's gonna be real interesting to see. It's gonna be real interesting to see to really look at this squad and see how they come out tomorrow night, which I'm excited about, because it's been a long time since we, been a regular season basketball. So like I said, I really didn't pay attention to that 2-4 record in the preseason. If you ask a Warriors fan, they'll think otherwise. They think they won the championship already.
Preseason state champs, man.
Yeah, preseason state champs, man. But Word around the street is according to Shams that Clay could be going into free agency because they are not seeing eye to eye as far as an extension goes. And yeah, but that's their problem. That's not our problem. We don't have no
Yeah.
problems over here. So see how they deal with that. But yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see. But I am excited about tomorrow night. I'm really excited about tomorrow night. And like I said, every Lakers fan has to have a reason of optimism. I
Oh, for
mean,
sure.
it's a different year. It's a new year, new team, and I feel like they're going to do great. But you got anything else to add as far as preseason goes before we go into this next subject?
Yeah, man. I'm so glad you touched on that on D'Lo, because um and rightfully so. D'Lo got a lot of flack for how the season ended,
Yeah,
and if him and Dennis play don't even play great, just play regular, like how they're capable of playing, not even above average, just like just normal games for them, then and especially D'Lo, then more than likely that series goes 6 or 7 games. Hopefully, you know, we'll be able to, we win it obviously, or hopefully. But with that performance, I think he averaged like less than 6 points or somewhere around there in the Western Conference Finals. And so he got killed the entire offseason by the Laker fan base and like the NBA fan base as a whole, because it
yeah,
was a very, very embarrassing for him. You got Bruce Brown, this journeyman, like this journeyman basketball player
man.
who, he's just kind of known for playing like hard nosed defense and being one of those guys that just kind of like Pat Bev kind of.
Yeah,
And you let this man just embarrass you for everyone to see. And um, you know, I understood why he got the flack that he got, but at the same time, we don't get to that Western Conference Finals without
without
his contribution.
exactly,
And so
exactly.
that's what I tried to keep in mind. People were like, I don't want him back on this team, do a sign in trade, all this other stuff. And I'm like, what if, because imagine the storyline of, the Lakers drafting this young kid who had issues with maturity. They end up shipping him off.
Mhm.
He makes his way back to to the Lakers and helps like completely transform the team in the middle of the season and leads them, as one of the pieces that leads them on this run from being a 7 seed in the play-in to the Western Conference Finals. That's a huge storyline. But then, obviously it didn't end the way we wanted it to.
Right.
But I don't know. I feel like you said, he took all the criticism that happened in the offseason, and so far it's looking like he's using it as fuel for how he's going to approach the game this year. And just the intensity that he was playing with on the defensive end, picking guys up full court, having active hands. Like, I was looking at the preseason stats, and of the players that are normally that are going to be in the regular rotation, he was one of the leaders in steals
Mm.
in the preseason for our team. And so just the way he's approaching the game, and like you said, it's hard to trust. It's just preseason.
Yeah.
So obviously, what I'm interested to see is on the nights where the shot isn't really falling like it's supposed
Mhm.
to, does he still have that same intensity? Because I feel like D'Lo is definitely one of those players where he's in his own head quite a bit, and if
Yeah.
he's not performing the way that he wants to perform, or the way he expects to perform, then I could see it impacting his play on the court. So
Right.
obviously, I'm hoping that it's real and that we see this progress through the regular season. But honestly, D'Lo could have a great regular season. The Lakers could be the number 1 seed in the West, and people are still going to be waiting for him to fail in the postseason. So they're like, the expectations are super high, and even with the way that he's played, I still see people advocating for him to be traded because he waived his no trade clause. because I mean, when he signed that contract with us, there was basically a way to where he wouldn't have been able to be traded this year, but he waived that, and I don't know why he did that necessarily. I don't know if they came to him and said, "Hey, you don't have to worry about that. We're not going to move you," but I don't know. I feel like it's a very good storyline. The idea of him redeeming himself and coming back and being a big piece of the reason why the Lakers get an 18 championship. But
Yeah.
we'll just have to see how it plays out. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Was there anything else that I saw? Oh, the shooting from three. I'm sure you remember the Russell Westbrook years very fondly, and even last year.
Oh, I try not to remember.
Like even last year, and how we were shooting as a team, and especially from the 3-point line, we weren't shooting very well at all.
Mm-mm.
And I'm trying to see if I can find the actual numbers of what we shot.
I think we were in the low 30s, when he was there. I think so. Either mid or low 30s.
Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. I'm trying to pull this up real quick.
Oh, you could take your time, man.
I don't know. We can continue talking while I look for it, but I mean, you can see a night and day difference,
Yeah.
and just having so many people that are just competent and able to be serviceable shooters, especially from the 3-point line.
Yeah.
I remember there was one game. I think it was the game where we were playing the Warriors. We actually outshot them based on percentage. And like people were up and down the timelines and celebrating, like yeah, we can shoot the 3-ball, because it's been such a long time since that's been something that we've been able to celebrate. Like the long running joke is, the Lakers trade for a player, and that player just forgets how to shoot. And I don't know if you saw this, but because we traded for Malik Beasley. He was one of those pieces last year, the trade deadline. He's going to be a starter for the Bucks. Did you see that? He's going to be in the starting five.
Yeah, and almost when we played against him, like I don't know, I must have rolled my eyes at least 10 times, because it's like almost everything he threw up went in. I'm like, dude, like where was this at when we had you?
Where was this
outside of that good old outside of them 7 threes he shot against New Orleans? Like, bro, like what was this at? Like, well, it's like you said, brother. Like, and I've had my sentiments as well. What up? What up? Oh, LOE, what's up? Let's go. One more sleep. Yes, sir. One more sleep. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's up, LA Sports Live? What's up, my brother? What's up? What up? Salute to you, my brother. Yeah, man. But even with these pieces we had, I'm like, okay, which one of these good 3-point shooting guys gonna fall to which one of them gonna fall off? Which one? Is it gonna be Prince? Is it gonna be Gabe Vincent? Which one is it gonna be? And so far, they've been going in. The three's been going in. So maybe we won't have to go through that this season. Prayerfully, we won't have to go through that this season. Prayerfully, because like you said, it's been, players that shot good somewhere else, they come over here and it's like they can't hit a pin in the ocean, man. It's like, whoa, like we had the Wayne Eltons, we had the KCPs, we had the Malik Beasleys. Like, we have so many great shoes that we've gotten from other places, and then once they come over here, it's like, bro, you breaking, then we trade you out, and it's like you can't miss. So it's like, maybe it's because, I've heard this theory as well. Maybe because the lights are brighter and the pressure is hotter over here in La La Land. Like some players can't handle the pressure, but I feel like these players that we got, they're tough, they're dogs, and they know what time it is. So I'm very confident in this roster. I feel like we're not gonna have that drop off like we've been having in the past couple of years. You got that stat?
No, I wasn't able to find it, but needless to say, we were shooting
We were
shooting
off.
a
We
lot
were
better.
god off.
Yeah, exactly. Which I mean, you know, compared to like I remember there's that clip. I don't know if you saw. It made me laugh. I was looking on the timeline where Pat Bev was talking about it was last season, and he was talking about how we shot. I think it was like we had been shooting 26%, but we shot 27% that night, and it was a game that we lost, I think, and saying that that was an improvement. So I mean, that just lets you know like how exactly how low it got, and you know, like it doesn't take much to improve on that number, but just to actually see it in action and seeing people taking even the LeBron shot, you know, because that was a big concern in the Western Conference Finals is
Mhm.
LeBron, you know, and his ability to shoot the three and stretch the floor, and he just wasn't. Yeah, and I think the injuries played a part in that, but his three just wasn't falling like it normally does. And
Yeah.
you know, we saw that. You know, I can't remember. I think it was the Suns game where he hit. I think it was like two or three in a row, and then you know
Mhm.
he did his heat check. Had to get that
Yeah.
last one up.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
you know that one didn't go in,
Yeah.
but
It's trademark heat checks.
yeah, I mean, you know, AD even taking threes with confidence and they're falling. So you know, it's just there's so much to be excited about.
That and I was about to talk about AD. I'm so sorry I forgot about him. Anthony Davis. Let me tell you something. I don't know what he been doing this all season, but it looked like he got that dog. He done found that dog again.
Hmm.
He done found that dog all the way from 2020. Hey, we gonna need that this season, big fella. Gonna need that this season. Cause them,
Absolutely.
cause them threes, he shot them with absolute confidence, like no
Mhm.
hesitation. Cause you seen the past couple of years, it was like even when he was shooting it, it was like hesitation in it. It's like, this ain't gonna go in. But from what I've seen in the preseason, not only just his three balls, but his defensive attentiveness as well. Like everything that goes up, he's blocking it. Like I think in the Suns game, he had like 5 or 6 blocks. I
In the
think,
first half, yeah, it was
yeah.
something. Crazy.
Yeah, so I feel like if we get that AD on a consistent basis and everybody else follow him, because I feel like this year he's gonna take that leap. This year is going to be the year that he's gonna take that leap as the leader of this team. I know that LeBron has been trying to pass him the torch for so many years. Since he's got here, he's always tried to groom AD into being that leader, being that dog. And I feel like this year Anthony Davis is really gonna take that torch and gonna say, you know what, it's my time. It's
Yeah.
my time. And
Did
so
you did
go
you see
ahead.
the comment he made about him recently?
Saying that he's the one of the greatest big men to ever to play this game.
Yeah.
Yes, I absolutely. Even last year, before Anthony Davis got injured, he was an MVP candidate. That
Oh
that
yeah.
tear he was on, he was playing like an MVP candidate. And I
That's
feel
right.
like when he got injured, that's what kind of derailed his
Mhm.
his his season. And I'm like, AD, if you stay healthy, bro, I'm telling you,
Sky's the limit.
the sky's the limit, man. I don't. It's only 1 or 2 players in the league that can really contain him. Other than that, bro, you supposed to be eating these folks for breakfast. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Like AD, go out here. You are walking 25, 15, 7 assists, two or three, 4 blocks a night.
Yeah.
Just do it consistently. And that's all we've been wanting for him. That's all Laker Nation been wanting for him is AD, bro. We know you got the talent. We
Yeah.
know you got the ability to go out here and dominate. And I feel like tomorrow night, he got something for Jokic because
Mhm.
he don't heard the chatter too. He
Yeah.
don't heard the chatter too. So it's gonna be exciting to see. Let's see what LE said. He said, yeah, this has to be the year for AD. If not now, then never. With all this depth, the pressure is lifted just a bit for him to go off. Absolutely. Absolutely. The determining factor of us winning the championship and going as far as we think this team is going to go is on Anthony
Mhm.
Davis.
Yep.
Can he stay healthy? And even the shoes he's wearing, he ain't wearing no more low tops. He been wearing mid tops. And I'm like, thank you, Jesus. Please continue to wear them mid tops because I don't want him rolling his ankle and whatnot. But even if that happens, because we have to be, realistic because, consider his track record, he has not played a full season since he's been drafted in the league. So of course we're gonna be realistic, but even if he has to rest a night or two, you plug a Christian Wood up in there, you plug a Rui up in there, you plug a Jackson Hayes up in there. We have the depth to be able to mask that stuff. So AD just need to continue to be that dog. He said, yeah, I think he goes off tomorrow against Jokic. I'm so excited about that game. I'm
Oh,
so
yeah.
excited.
I think it
I'm
comes on early too. I think it comes on at like
7:30.
7:30.
Yeah, 7:30. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an early game. He said, LOL, he found decided to stop trying to be cute with those low. Yes.
Those
You
things are so annoying, bro.
you are 6'10, 6'11. You have no business wearing low tops. No business wearing low tops. Number mids or highs. Mids or highs, man. But I'm excited for this team, man. I'm excited for this team. My optimism went up through the roof when we got these pieces, man. It truly did. And yeah, just continuing to develop these players, man, and just go from there. LA Sports, like I said, we need to get LeBron some mids as well with his 39. True, true. LeBron as well.
Braun a cyborg. He just, when he turned his ankle, he just tie the shoes up a little bit tighter and get right back to it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. His pain threshold is like for the 30-year-old man, it's off the charts, man. And
for
you
him,
see,
for him to come back and play, like most players, with like they wouldn't have been able to come back from having a torn tendon in their
no,
foot.
no,
So for him to be out, because I think like the fan base, like I had heard discussions all over the place, and they were expecting him maybe to come back like a few games before the end of the season.
mm-hmm.
My man, and everybody got upset. Well, not upset, but he there was a report that came out that said he was nowhere close to coming back, or he was still going to be gone for a little bit of time. And then he went on Twitter and he was like, "That's not true." And people were like wondering like, why is he on Twitter like talking about this? And my man ends up coming back like I think like a week after that tweet somewhere. Like, I remember he came back that first game. I think he came back for was that Chicago game.
Yeah,
But yeah, man. I mean, there's so much like if it doesn't happen this year, I just don't really know like what would need to happen in order for the Lakers to have a better shot at winning. I just feel
yeah,
like all the pieces are in place. I mean, even you know we got another competent big or a couple of competent bigs that we can actually pair AD with, and that was another thing. It's like seeing two big lineups on the floor. Jackson Hayes, which he's been a pleasant surprise
oh
to
my
me
god.
because you know really the Pelicans were clowned for how they approached like their drafting with all the draft picks that they got from the AD trade, and Jackson Hayes for him to be drafted where he was and how they tried to use him, he just didn't have the impact that I think a lot of people were expecting him to have.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you're seeing like what he can look like, especially on the defensive end. It's like is where he can make an impact. And with AD, not having to bang with fives all the time and being able to roam around the floor
Mm-hmm.
and be that generational defensive player that he is. I mean, you commented on the Suns game in the first half and how many blocks he got. It's like it just opens up so much for him, both giving him more energy on defense, but then also giving him energy on offense as well. Just not having to be, to play the five all the time.
Right.
I'm still, the Christian Wood experiment, it's been a bit
Off and on.
rough to start.
Yeah, yeah.
You can definitely tell, and it's so weird to me how, and I don't know if he just wasn't I don't know if he just wasn't expecting to get picked up or what the timeline was, but you can just tell he looks rough around the edges.
Right.
And like he's still kind of getting back into shape. And sometimes I feel like he just tries to make himself the focal point of the offense. And it's like, man, just play. Like we've seen time and time again when a competent big man plays with LeBron on the offensive, side of the floor, what he can turn them into.
Mm-hmm.
We saw it last year with Thomas Bryant before he got traded.
Yeah.
How good he looked in stretches when AD wasn't playing. It's like, bro, just play within the scheme of the offense. Don't try to press it. Like I know, he in his mind, he probably thinks he's like way, 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 way up here. And
This man got Timothy Mozgov a 4-year contract.
exactly, Timothy Mozgov, a crazy contract from the Lakers. Like LeBron did that. So, bro, just play within the offense.
Yes.
Let LeBron feed you, get in the spaces where he can feed you appropriately, and take advantage of your size on the interior, and the rest will take care of itself.
Right.
He didn't want to get hurt playing with field games about being on the team, so he was posted on the. Yeah, like obviously, my man was not. He was not. He was not focused on staying in shape. He did not make sure he was in game shape. But
Oh man.
yeah, man. Like if he just plays within the scheme of the offense and just plays with the appropriate amount of effort on defense, then he will get the contract that he wants.
Right.
Schroeder, you see the contract he got from Toronto. Like we seen it time and time again where players come to the Lakers, try to rehabilitate their image, and then they're able to go back out in the free agency and get paid.
Right.
You just got to be a team player and stay focused on what the goal is, and not make it about you. And Christian Wood, he has certain expectations, and he views himself a certain way, but just be a member of this team. Like that's all you need to be focused on, and everything else will take care of itself.
Right. You just got, all in all, you just got to play your game. Play your game. Play a team's game. Because first of all, it's a team sport. You know, we get it. There's superstars in this league. There's certain stars that get certain adoration and all that. But at the same time, it's a team sport. It takes a team to win a championship. And so I'm like you, the Christian Wood experience, hasn't it hasn't gone like I expected it to go. At the same time, I still hold out hope for him that
Sure,
he's gonna catch on eventually.
for sure. Yeah.
You know, that was a Darvin Ham move. Ham, he said, during the media day that Darvin Ham reached out to him every day during the off season. And so I feel like Darvin Ham is really he's gonna really do what it takes for him to get locked in, be locked in. And Christian Wood, he just need to pick it up consistently on the offense and defensive end because on any given night, he can give you, you know, 17, 18 points a game. And so, like you said, LeBron is gonna make sure that you get the ball in your spot, and he's gonna make sure that you get your touches. But at the same time, you got to put the effort in on the
Mm-hmm.
defensive end on both sides of the ball. It can't be just about scoring. You got to contribute with your teammates on the defensive end. Loe said he got it made though because he won't have a ton of pressure on him coming off the bench, and then he's going to have Rui and Vincent running with him too. He should eat.
Yeah.
Definitely, definitely. And that's another player I've been excited for, Rui. Like I said on the last stream we had, he looked sleeker. He looked like he done dropped a few pounds. He looks faster. He looked like he done picked it up on the defensive end because that was one of the main concerns that was one of his main weaknesses that we saw last season. He wasn't consistent on the defensive end, but it seems like in this preseason he kind of picked it up on the defensive end a little bit, and he was able to run the floor a little bit more. So I'm excited about the development of Rui that I've seen that Phil Handy has the work that he's done with him. The shot isn't as flat as it was in last season. It seemed like last season when he came here, that shot was flat, but he went in the lab with Phil Handy, and the shot looks a lot smoother now. So just a little bit more consistency with Rui, and we're gonna be good. We're gonna be good. But yeah, man, that's pretty much to it, man. But I feel like that's my keys to us getting to where we want to go in this season is going to be AD. AD is going to be the one to take us to the promised land. He's going to be the one to take us over that finish line. He's going to be the one that leads us to a championship. And if he just stay focused, the team stay focused. First of all, if the team stay focused, stay locked in, don't take anybody for granted, don't come out there versus the Pistons and think you just gonna run over them. Teams like the Pistons, the Magic, the bottom feed teams,
Oh yeah,
just go out there and just lay down for them. Oh, we can just lay down tonight. No, 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 no. Keep your foot on the gas. Keep your foot on the gas. And so I'm excited, man. But that's gonna do it for the recap for the preseason. Now we're gonna get into the meat and the potatoes, the Nuggets versus the Lakers. So we on tomorrow night, we looking forward to spoiling the ring ceremony of the Denver Nuggets, the most overlooked champions I've seen watching basketball. I don't think no champion has ever been as overlooked as the Denver Nuggets. And I feel like, to me personally, it's been their own doing. It's been their own undoing because they go out here and talk trash as if they've been on the mountaintop for 5 years and they try to make it a rivalry versus us. I'm like, if you look at the history books, we've owned them. We've owned the Lakers have owned the Nuggets. I mean, pretty much in the playoffs. I mean, but they want to get all hyped up because of a sweep, which is pretty much a close sweep. I mean, if you look at all 4 games, the differential and points was like 23, 24 points. So, it wasn't like y'all blew us out every game. All the games were close, and like you were saying earlier, if D'Lo and Schroeder gave us their average, if D'Lo gives up at least 17 points per game, we win the series.
yeah.
We win the series. Schroeder goes out there and give us 15, 16. We win the series.
Uh-huh.
Who's to say we would have swept the Denver Nuggets and we would have went to the final and once again met up with the Miami Heat and eventually
we know what happened.
we know what would happen versus the Heat. Like, come on now.
We know
Come
what
on.
happened.
So, we've heard the chatter. We've heard the trash talking, mostly from the Denver side. I'm looking forward to this game, man. I'm really looking forward to this game. But before I give my keys, I'm gonna ask you for your keys. What is your keys to this game for us to spoil the Denver Nuggets ring ceremony?
I think I think people have to understand first and foremost that there's no such thing as a Jokic stopper. There's a reason why Jackson Hayes was brought in, and there's a reason why Christian Wood was brought in, and that's so they can be bodies to extra bodies to defend Jokic, and you're not going to stop Jokic. Jokic is for the moment he's the best basketball player in the NBA, whether people want to admit that or not. And so just having extra bodies and to where you can really maximize AD on the defensive end, I think it's super important. I'm glad the Lakers addressed that in the offseason. I think defense is going to be a huge part of it, especially in transition. We saw in the Western Conference Finals, Jokic getting up and down the floor every time. Like every time that Nuggets, I believe, made a big mistake in not running it back. They almost found it.
Yep.
Absolutely. I agree 100%. They're trusting they're going to be trusting a lot of young guys coming off of that bench now. And I'm interested to see how that ends up looking for them. But defense is going to be key, making sure that we get back in position. Limit their ability to get out there on the break and get easy buckets. Punish them, on the interior. Jokic. There were definitely games, and I'm not sure if it was the injury or what exactly it was, but AD kind of let Jokic off the hook a bit.
Mm-hmm.
One of the, in 2020, I guess, down there at Disney, one of the keys to
Disney
that victory, one of the keys to victory was AD being able to get Jokic in foul trouble.
Right.
And get him off the floor. And I feel like that's going to be our advantage is on the interior. We get in there, LeBron attack the rim, AD attack the rim, then the opponent's defense tries to adjust, and then that opens up opportunities from the 3-point line for us. Like this.
But yeah, all good points, man. Definitely I wanted to see, like you were saying, I want to see what our game plan is gonna be versus Jokic. I saw the comment yesterday on Twitter. I'm not gonna call it X, but Twitter. Um, that tried to say, well, Jokic is. I feel like Jokic is overrated. What? He's not overrated. He's the defending champion. He just averaged a triple double for a center, um, which is unprecedented. It don't happen a lot. I mean, it really don't happen a lot. He put up some godly numbers last season, and he led his team to the championship. So, if anything, he's underrated to me. Based on the coverage that he's had this offseason and the way that he carries himself. But just the fact that they're now trying to downplay, I feel like some people try to use wordplay to downplay what the Nuggets said during the offseason. No, keep that same energy.
Yeah.
We've heard the chatter from the fans, and they know who they are, but I'm not gonna announce them on here. But I've seen the fans on here go on somebody's podcast and want to bring up ESPN clips. Out of everything, you're gonna bring up clips from ESPN. We all know what ESPN represents, but that's neither here nor there. That's another stream for another day. But it's just the fact that they make it seem, some fans make it seem like we were trash talking this off season. No, it was the Nuggets fans that was trash talking. It was the Nuggets themselves that was trash talking. You know, you got the owner of the Nuggets come out here and say, "Oh, the Lakers daddy." Then you got Mr. Mike Malone going on people's podcast and said, "Well, maybe I should retire throwing shade at LeBron." You got KCP out here, Aaron going out here just talking trash. And now, as the opening night gets closer, now you see the backtracking. Now you see they trying to backpedal. No. Keep that same energy.
Yeah.
Keep the trash talking up, because tomorrow night we got something for you. Now the key is I want to see how D'Lo goes up against Jamal Murray.
Yeah.
Let's see, KCP still.
Yeah, he was still talking.
He's still talking.
When did KCP become the villain? Like, did he forget that he won his first championship with the Lakers? Like, why? Like, why is he talking like this?
Hey,
like, I'm so confused.
You look, hey man, you know, some people when they get up to the mountaintop, they taste that they drink from the nectar of fame and drink from the nectar of victory. It's like they forget where they come from. But I mean, that's here nor there. He chose his path. He over there now. So to us, he's an enemy. You know, thank you for everything that you did. Thank you for all the missed shots that you took in 2020 and all that type of stuff. But you know, now you're an enemy. So I want to see how D'Lo. I want to see how that matchup of D'Lo and Jamal Murray matches up, because I want D'Lo to play with aggression, but I don't want him to play with so much aggression that he lose focus. Trying to get back at Jamal Murray.
Yeah.
I don't want him to turn this into a 1 versus 1. No, this is a 5 versus 5. This is still a team game. Yeah, if you feel like going out there going off for 25, 30, hey, go ahead. But let's do it in a win. Let's do it with you playing focus. Let's do it with you channeling those emotions. So I want to see that matchup. And then what my brother LA Sports Live brought up was the fact that the Nuggets lost Brown. You know, they lost Bruce Brown and Jeff Green. To me, I feel like those were two pieces that's going to come back and hunt them. Especially going against us, because those two pieces were very vital, especially Bruce Brown against us in the Western Conference Finals last season. So I feel like missing those two pieces, it made them weaker, but we got stronger. So and then not only that, but I want to see how does the Lakers respond during this game. What type of emotion are they going to come out with? Are they going to come out focused and saying, okay, like this is ours to win, this is ours to lose, like let's go out here, take care of business, let's go ahead and shut them down? Or they gonna go out here and say, well, we're mad, let's go out here and just like and then we end up losing the game because we wasn't focused. So I want to see the intensity. I want to see the focus. I want to see how focused the Lakers are going to come out and try to take the Nuggets out. But I'm before I give my prediction for the game, what's your prediction? What's your score?
Mm, hold on, let me see. Of course, I'm gonna go with the Lakers victory. Um,
Oh yeah, of course.
right now, Denver is favored by 5. They're 5-point favorites, and the over under on combined points is 228 between both teams.
Hmm.
Uh, man. Um, as far as the score prediction goes, I don't know, man. I'm just really hoping. Like the thing that scares me is that LeBron sometimes like he emphasizes that it's a marathon, it's not a sprint, which
Right.
that's absolutely true.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have an opportunity to shut these fools up. They've been talking. They talked all series. They talked all summer. They have more pride in beating the Lakers than they do in winning the championship.
During the interview yesterday when he was asked about it, he said, I think an interviewer asked him, they asked him, will you have a response for the
Oh yeah,
Nuggets trash talking? And then he
yeah,
said there will be a time. So I
eventually, yeah,
feel like when he say there will be a time, okay, is he gonna go out there and try to get 30? Because if he try to go out there and get 30, then that makes me a little bit concerned because okay, you going out here trying to get 30, okay, you taking shots away from everybody else,
yeah.
versus get get 20, get 25, get somewhere in the middle, like get 20 something. You ain't gotta go out here try to get 30. But of course if we win, I ain't
Exactly. Yeah.
I ain't
Yeah.
got no problem with it. If he gets 30 and we win, okay, cool. But like, you know, when he said there'll be a time, I'm like, okay, like we
When is
probably gonna
that
see
time gonna be? Yeah.
Killer Brun tomorrow. But
Yeah. I hope, like you said, I hope they just come out there and there's an intensity. I want to see. I want to, be able to see their focus. You know what I mean? I want to
yeah,
see that they're not just looking at this as the first game of an 82 game season. They're looking at this as an opportunity to get some get back.
right.
And so if they go out there and they play that way,
Well, you
I
ain't got, well, bro, you ain't gotta give me don't give me a score prediction.
oh okay.
Just give me who wins and by how much.
Okay.
I
I
think that'll be easier.
In my mind, the way I want to see it, I got the Lakers winning by 10 plus.
Sounds about right. Sounds
So
about right. Sounds
yeah,
about right. I'm not, I'm the same as you. I got us winning by at least 10, by 10 plus.
yeah.
Um, if it's less than 10, maybe 8, 7, I won't be disappointed. But at the same time, like we could have got more.
Yeah,
Like
a win is a win. I'm
yeah,
hoping that it's a large enough win to where we can put the backups in. Like not necessarily embarrass them, but it's like y'all weren't even, like we took control of the game in the fourth quarter and then we were able to
yeah,
take the starters out.
right,
You know what I mean? So
right. Like I want us to beat them down, but I also want us to get the W as well. Like
exactly, yeah.
if we end up winning by 2-3 points, I mean, I'll be glad we got the W, but at the same time, the competitive side of me is like these folks talk trash about you all season,
Hmm.
all season. All you can muster is a 3-point win. No, like go out there and put your foot on their necks.
On their
Like
neck,
I want
yeah.
to see. I'm not gonna go out here on a limb and say, "Oh, blow them out by 30 points." Like if we blow them out by 30 points, whoa! Like wait a minute,
Exactly,
hold up.
yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? But I'm not expecting a 30-point blowout. I mean, but we have seen some crazy stuff in basketball. So I agree with the 10 plus. I definitely agree with the 10 plus, but I feel like we're gonna win the game tomorrow. I feel like we're gonna do what's necessary to get this W, and we're gonna shut the miles. We're gonna shut the miles up because we have a good opportunity to really put the league on notice for real tomorrow night. And so um yeah, man, it's going to come down to uh like you said, how aggressive we play, how D'Lo comes out and play. I'm not too concerned about Reeves. Reeves has proven himself to be very level headed. He don't, he's shown to get in the trash talking realm, here and there, but at the same time, he's gonna keep his head in the game. Um, like I said about LeBron, I just don't want him to lose focus. I want him to stay in the game. Don't go out here trying to get 30, 35. You got a team now, you got a squad for that now. Like you don't have to carry the load no more. Let them carry you for a change,
Exactly.
because it's been a while since we've seen that, since we've actually seen a team carry LeBron. For most of his career, it's been the other way around. But hopefully this year, not hopefully, this year he won't have to carry the load.
Oh no, not at all.
And I feel like the bodies that we're gonna throw at Jokic, that's gonna really benefit AD, because when he came here, he said that he prefer not to play the five.
Yeah.
And now in the past couple of years, we see why. Because in all actuality, he's not a five. He's just a four that's capable of playing the five against small teams. But when those teams get big, like the Nuggets, the Bucks, particularly, the Boston Celtics, those teams that like to play big, we have Jackson Hayes, who, to you, like you said, he's been a pleasant surprise. He's been a pleasant player for this team so far. I love that pickup, because I used to watch him when he played for New Orleans. I know the talent he has.
Sure.
And he's young, he's athletic, and he's a hustle player. He's willing to be developed. So I really like the way that we've handled Jackson Hayes so far. Christian Wood, like I said before, he'll pick it up. I have hope and optimism that he's going to pick up his game. He's had a few blips here and there in preseason, but I feel like those things aren't going to carry over during the regular season. But hopefully not so. I hope that he gets it together and realizes the opportunity that he has. Look at somebody like a Malik Monk, who was 1 foot out of the league, and he came over here and rehabilitate his career. Now he's a key player of the Sacramento Kings. You look at somebody like a Lonnie Walker, came over here, rehabilitated his career. Now he's playing with the Brooklyn Nets. He's a solid piece over there. Look at Schroeder. Everybody clowned on him about passing up $84 million. He had to go somewhere else and didn't quite pan out with Houston and Boston. He had to come back over here, rehabilitate his career. Now he got paid. So they have shown in history like that, if he go back and look at those situations, when you come over here and you play team ball and you're not so concerned about your numbers, but you're concerned about getting wins and winning a championship, you're gonna get paid. You're going to get compensated for it. So Christian just have to get the perspective in his mind that, hey, it's not about me, it's about the team. Because at the end of the day, we got players that's gonna be able to give him the ball on a consistent basis where he wanted. We have LeBron, we have Reeves, we have D'Lo, we have Gabe Vincent. So even have AD. AD has been shown to facilitate the rock at times. So we have players that's going to be able to put him in the right spot where he needs it. All he has to do is just stay focused. Now I feel like, to me, honestly, I feel like off the bench, that number 2 spot, Max Christie got that by a long shot. I feel like Max Christie locked in that spot even before preseason. I feel like he locked in that spot at Summer League, because what I saw in Summer League, yeah, he's gonna be a key player off this bench. I know some people still believe in Cam Reddish. He was off to a slow start, particularly against the Warriors, but you see, we saw that he got injured. He had to deal. He dealt with an injury. Then he came back and showed some flashes here and there. But I still feel like off the bench, that number 2 spot, it belongs to Max Christie. How you feel about that?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. That's a point of concern for me. That really is the one spot that I'm kind of concerned about. Having a point of attack defender at the guard position is important, especially playing in the West because there's so many talented guards, super talented guards in the West that we'll have to play in the playoffs, and just having someone that you feel comfortable, isolating on defense against one of those premier guards is super important in my opinion. And I'm happy. I saw some of Max's performance in the summer league. I was impressed. I feel like his play has been a bit up and down in the preseason. There's been moments where he's looked like he belongs on the floor.
Yeah.
And then there are other moments where it feels like he's pressing. And I
Yeah.
don't know if, because I think in the offseason coming up, they'll have to make a decision on what they do with him contract-wise. So I don't know if he has that in his mind and he's just like, I don't want him to basically approach it where every time the ball touches his hands, he needs to make a play.
Yeah. Right.
You're a second-year NBA player. Like, you're on a team filled with vets. Like, let the game come to you. You don't have to press.
Yeah.
And ultimately, you fall back on your defense. Like that's what you're known for is your ability to defend.
That's his strength.
Yeah, like make that your calling card.
Yeah.
Playing good defense and catch and shoot opportunities, taking advantage of those. Those are really the two things that he needs to be focused on. And like you said about everybody else, if everybody falls in the line and understands, what we're trying to build here, then everything will be okay. I do think that whole thing between Cam Reddish and Christie is still going to be played out through the year, especially with Cam being a clutch client. I think Cam is definite. I didn't realize how young he is. He's only 24 years old. So I mean, he's been on what? He was on the Hawks. He was on the Knicks. He was on the Blazers. So I mean, this is his fourth team now. So he's had opportunities that haven't worked out, unfortunately. But I mean, he's still super young. You know what I mean? And still can. I mean, with where he was drafted, the expectations that came, that were attached to him from that draft were very high. He hasn't lived up to them, obviously, but he still has an opportunity to. I think his goal needs to be becoming a serviceable member of the NBA rotation, because if it doesn't work in LA, then there's a good chance that he's not in the league. So this might be his last shot to actually make it work on a team.
Yeah. And
so, it's super, super important for him, that he's able to make it work. But I think we're going to see it play out throughout the season. And I think depending upon how both him and Max Christie progress, I could see the Lakers trying to make a move, trying to get some additional depth there. Something, somebody who is a bit more trustworthy, especially when, and it's a long time from now, but, when the buyout, season starts, if there's an opportunity where we can get someone who's a, reliable 3-and-D guy from the guard position, depending upon how both of them are playing, the Lakers might decide to take advantage of that. So I think it'll be interesting. That's one thing I am concerned about, and I'm interested to see how it plays out between the two of them. I think Max, just kind of with his familiarity with the system and the flashes that he's shown, I think he has a leg up, obviously, but I think there's still, a lot of games to be played. So we'll see how it all translates onto the court.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I agree. I agree with both you and LOE. Yeah, like you said, Matt's need to. He just, like you said, Matt's just need to stop pressing. He said just one of Cam
can stay locked in mentally.
If he's not getting in the run, that's gonna be the key for me. That's the key for me. Can Cam still be locked in even when he's not playing night in, night out? Can he still have that mentality that's going to go out there and say, you know what, I don't care if it's 5 minutes. I'm gonna go out here and make it the best 5 minutes that I can. And that's what we need on this team. We need people that's going to stay locked in, even if they're not getting the consistent minutes that they feel like they should get, even if they're not getting the points that they feel like they should be getting. Can you stay locked in? I definitely agree with what you said about Max Christie. I've seen that as well. In preseason, he's some games he's pressed too hard,
Yeah.
and there's no need for you to press. Just play within the game. Just play within yourself, and you're gonna get your touches. What's up, craziness? What's up? What up, family? Sorry I'm late to the party. Oh, what's up? What's up? Better late than never. That's what Drake said. But welcome. Well, yeah, I'm with you, bro. I feel like that's one of the reasons why the Lakers still haven't filled that 15 spot yet. I feel like they doing, Rob Pelinka is doing what he typically does,
Yeah.
wait for the buyout market, being methodical in that buyout market, and just waiting to see what's going to be out there when that time comes. But I feel like this is a great opportunity for either Max or Cam to steal away that number 2 spot in that guard spot on off the bench right now, because it's still up for grabs.
For sure.
That's
Yeah.
pretty much the only position right now that's still up for grabs. It's that number 2 spot coming off the bench. And if Cam really apply himself, he possibly can take that spot away from
Exactly.
from,
I,
from
I
Max
think
Christie.
it's a 50. It's a coin flip right now.
Yeah, it's really a coin flip. Yeah, because you
And
play. Yeah, you go ahead.
sorry, I'm gonna cut you off.
No, you good.
I think it's ultimately gonna come down to whoever plays defense. That's really gonna be, who locks in on defense,
Yeah, this will gonna come down to
who locks in on defense, and who is able to blend themselves into the offense more. That's
Yeah.
really, and who makes the least mistakes. Because I mean, Max is young, and that's the one thing is that like playing on the big stage, and the expectations that some of the fan base have for him. Being so young, he can be prone to making mistakes. Craziness in the tweets. What's that?
Well, she said this season that she's not going to go off as much. She's real optimistic about this team. She loves this team, so we gonna play it day by day. But she did give us her word that she's not gonna go off as much this season. So, but yeah, you're right. You're right. You're definitely right. It's gonna be a regular season battle for that number 2 spot,
Yeah.
between Max and Cam. Because I feel like Cam has the potential. I feel like some people gave him a bad rap because, like you said, he hasn't quite shown the talent that he showed in Duke in college.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's partially because let's see, crazy. Y'all gonna see.
Y'all gonna see.
um that's what comes with territory when you're playing behind two great players like Zion and RJ Barrett. I feel like people looked at that and said, oh well, what it they was a big 3. Cam Reddish would be already up there. Like,
Yeah.
no, that team was Zion's team, that was RJ's team.
Well, the odd thing about it is people thought, and don't get me wrong, RJ Barrett he was a really good college player.
Yeah.
I think people thought that Cam was going to be better than RJ in the NBA.
Right.
There's a lot of people who thought that, and it just hasn't worked out that way so far.
Not at all. But yeah, like I said, Cam, like me and you saying, Cam can very well be that number 2 guy off the bench. He could be that shooting guard off the bench. And if that happens, I'm not mad at it. I mean, you got a 6'7", 6'8" guard coming out the bench, and then you got a 6'7" guard and Max Christie coming out the bench. So either way, we're still good. We're still good. It's just the question is, which one of those players wanted more? Mm-hmm. Is it Max Christie or is it going to be Cam Reddish? Because both of them have something to play for. Definitely. Max Christie, he's playing for a contract and he's playing for development. He's still young. He's going to develop himself. Coming out of Michigan State, Tom Izzo, very disciplined coach. over there. You know, what is Max gonna bring to the table? Then Cam Reddish, you know, like you said, he's trying to redeem himself because this is pretty much his last stop to me.
Yep.
If it don't work out here, he ain't gonna work out anywhere else. That's just
He'll
me.
he'll be overseas.
Yeah, he'll be overseas playing for Greece or you know somebody with a weird name that I can't pronounce. But he's got a chance to really make a mark on his career over here with the Lakers. It's just about how much are you gonna want it because it's not gonna be handed to you. It's really not gonna be handed to you. And Darvin Ham has said that himself. If you don't play defense, you're not gonna play. Period. And
Absolutely.
I love that because defense wins championships. Offense win you games, but defense win you championships. And we've seen that with the past 4 champions. If you play defense, you're gonna win games. So yeah, man. But with that being said, that's all we had for tonight. We just wanted to give our recap on the Lakers preseason and give our insight and analysis on tomorrow night. But all in all, we're excited, man. I mean, basketball is truly back. Everybody
Yes.
is 0-0. Every team has a chance to win a championship. Record wise, you know, we know, but we know we're gonna have those bottom feeders out there that's not gonna stand a chance to even win in the championship. It gives us a chance to really look at what the young cats got, what Scoot Henderson gonna look like, Victor Wembanyama, what he's gonna look like, even Brandon Miller over there in Charlotte, over there in that prison team over there. They got so much going on over there. But it's gearing up to be an exciting season, man. I'm very excited this season. I'm excited to see the stories
Yep.
that's gonna come out this season. We already got a story about James Harden in Philly. He pretty much dismantled his own career over there. And to me personally, I'm just waiting for it to end. Like just seeing the dude home, find him for the games that he don't play. He's not getting traded to the Clippers. It's not happening.
Yeah.
To me personally,
they're not willing to give up anything substantial for him. They're thinking they could just give like Marcus Morris and Robert Covington, and that's going to be enough to get James Harden, like
in a toilet.
in the toilet. Yeah, exactly. Like I'm like James Harden. Don't get me wrong. He'll, at his height, he was one of the best guards in this current NBA. But he has just done so much damage to his own reputation with how this is now, like he wanted to leave OKC so he could be the man in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Forces his way out of Houston to go to Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
Forces his way out of Brooklyn to go to Philly. Now he's trying to force his way out of. It's like,
and the Clippers still want him. What's going to change?
And this is, don't get me wrong, like the way he goes about it is not the right way, but this is probably, if what he's saying is actually true, then this is probably this one makes the most sense out of the 3 times he's forced his way out. Because if they told him they were going to give him a max contract and then they took it off the table, then I can understand. I can understand him being mad about that. But I mean, the Brooklyn situation, that didn't make sense. Forcing his way out of Houston, that didn't make sense. Like, it's just he's done so much damage to his reputation.
Yo, bro. Definitely, man. It's a mess over there in Philly, man. I don't know how this situation gonna turn out.
Like you said, he's not gonna go to the Clippers. No. I'm interested to see where he winds up. I think he might wind up with the Heat, but I don't know. But it's not gonna be the Clippers though. I don't think.
Now, him going to Miami will be good because at least in Miami, Pat Riley ain't finna tolerate that crowd.
Spoelstra and Riley, they're not going for it.
No, they are structured. They're structured.
Not going for it.
they're a structured franchise. Ask LeBron, ask D Wade, ask Chris Bosh, ask them every player that's played for Miami. Eric Spoelstra, Pat Riley, they ain't playing with that. They are not going to tolerate that. They're structured, they're disciplined, and they just ain't going to tolerate that foolishness. If Terrence Mann is the sticking point, like, come on, man. Like, the Clippers aren't willing. The Clippers just feel like they can just get anybody with pennies.
They so used to fleecing people that it's like they feel like, oh no, if you don't let us do this, like we're just gonna give you like an almost fully eaten bag of chips for James Harden. And it's like that's not how this works.
It's not how this works,
It's
man.
not how this works. It's not like and that Bradley Beal trade to Phoenix looks terrible on paper, but a part of that is because he had the no trade clause. James Harden doesn't have a no trade clause. I love to see him on the Knicks. That'd be interesting. Seeing him on the Knicks.
That'd be
Yeah.
interesting. That would be interesting. Maybe
Did
you
you
swap.
see you
Yeah,
see the Giannis extension?
yeah. I seen the Giannis extension. Yeah, that was real big. That was real big for the Bucks. I feel like with him doing
Locking
that,
him in.
he's real happy with the Dame trade.
Oh, for sure.
He's real
Yeah.
happy. I think with him doing that extension, that pretty much aligns himself with Dame. Because
I
I
think
feel
so.
like, I think that aligns himself with Dame. So they could leave at the same. Well, I feel like Dame gonna leave before he does, because Dame's like what 33, 32 or something like that. I don't think Giannis even hit 30 yet. But
Let me see how many years Dame got left on that contract.
I think he got like four years, I think.
Oh no, he got a wait. Does he still have?
I think he got like 3 or 4 years left on the contract.
Oh yeah, he's got he's under contract through 25-26 season. He has a player option for 26-27
Oh, he picking it up.
for $63 million.
Yeah, he picking it up.
He'll be 36 years old. He's picking up
$63 million. Wow.
$63 million.
Wow. And they asked LeBron to take a pay cut. Man, please get that money. Get that money, man. Get that money. But Giannis deserved that contract.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
He deserved 2-time defensive MVP, finals MVP, finals champion. $63 million, man. You don't hear them numbers itself for the NFL, man.
Yes, 63 million.
63 million, man. But it just tell you, man, how much money is in this league, man. When it's fully guaranteed, hey, go get it. Go get it, man.
Tell your sons to stop playing football and start focusing on that left hand.
Yep.
Start focusing on developing that left hand, because they giving the money away out here.
Yeah, but it's gonna be really interesting to see how Philly handles this James Harden situation. Like I said, I don't see him going to the Clippers, because the Clippers in their mind is, oh, we don't want to trade Terrence Mann, and at the same time, Terrence Mann don't want to talk about an extension right now. So like they already in the pickle. I think it was few other contracts that got extended. Josh Green from the Mavs
got one. Cole Anthony.
Yucko Okonwu for the Hawks, he got one.
Yeah. Who else? There was Aaron Nesmith for the who does he play for?
He played for the Pacers. The Pacers.
Yes, he got a contract extension.
Yeah, he got an extension.
Today has been the day of extensions.
Yeah, it's been for real. Yeah, let's see. I think LOE put in something right here. It's about to come in a couple of minutes. Yeah, he said, they were handing out extensions today, like Oprah was handing out cars. You get an extension, you get an extension, you get an extension. Yeah. Shoot, I ain't getting no extension, doggone it.
I must have my phone on silent, because I ain't get the call.
Right. I ain't getting no extension. Exactly. But before we get up out of here, he asked one question though I really wanted to tackle into. He said, who's y'all's picks for NBA awards, rookie, MVP, most improved, DPOY, and six man? I'm gonna let you go first on that
one. Rookie. I haven't really watched much of the rookie action so far. I mean, I think it's hard not to say it's going to be Wembanyama. I mean, if you've seen some of these highlights, he's blocked in that Warriors game. He blocked somebody shooting a three, and
he blocked Clay. He blocked Clay.
Yeah, and then got the outlet dunk.
Yeah,
like my man is just he's doing things a person of his size should not be able to do.
Man,
dribbling through people's legs, like it's wild, and I'm really interested to see how he actually develops. And that's why I'm really glad he's with the Spurs, because the Spurs really focus on, they don't focus on the flashy stuff. They just focus on making the right play. I think that's the perfect system for him to grow in.
Yeah.
As far as MVP goes, I mean, I would love Hey,
Hey,
Tamika.
Tamika, what's going on?
Um, I would love for AD to double up and do an MVP and a Defensive Player of the Year, but I feel like he'd almost have to play like so well that he makes like LeBron an afterthought on the team. So I'm not sure how possible that is.
Brr, 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 brr. What's up, Jeff? What's going on, Jeff? My
um,
brother Jeff on the stream. What's up, my brother?
but yeah, AD. Check it first, but when he changed, I've never seen anything like it. Yeah, it's wild. I
Yeah.
think it's
Oh,
so
I forgot
funny.
about Chet. I forgot about Chet. Yeah.
Yeah, the hype that people have for Zion, it's like people are seeing Wimby and Zion better. He better put it together this year because he,
Putting
it's
it together. All
like
right. He been putting
yeah.
something else together.
Well, um, as far as most improved, uh, that's tough. Um, I mean, if Austin takes a leap, he could potentially get that. He could definitely make a case. And then for sixth man, I mean, I'll just throw a former Laker name out there, Malik Monk. I think he might, depending upon how he plays, he could bring that home. But yeah,
Yeah.
those are my picks.
Yeah. And who you said for DPOY?
I said AD hopefully can double up MVP and
AD.
DPOY.
Ooh, MVP and DPOY. Boy, that would be we
That'd
championship
be
bound.
that'd be a historic season, right?
Bro, hey, he do that. We championship bound, my brother.
Exactly. Exactly.
I love your picks, man. I really love your picks. Okay, me. Let's see, rookie of the year. So I've seen both Scoot Henderson and Wimbenyama play. But I'm with you, man. Like, even though Scoot's been good as well from the games I've seen him play with Portland and in the G League at night. Um, I feel like it's gonna be Wimbenyama. I feel like it's gonna be Wimby. Um, and you definitely right. He's definitely in the right system. Um, for a second, I had a fear of him going to the Spurs because I know how Pop likes to dehumanize certain players over there, like Kawhi, Tim Duncan, like no emotions, like they just go out there and play and then don't show no emotions or anything like that. But they discipline, they know how to
Yeah.
play. And I feel like he's gonna do the same thing for Wimby. So I'm gonna say Wimby for rookie of the year. I know Chet, he's coming back from that foot injury, but I just feel like right now what Wimby is doing. Like my brother on Detail Left, Dan, the Lakers fan said, give him about 1 or 2 years to really learn the system. Oh my God, like he gonna be scary. He gonna be scary.
For sure.
But that's gonna come with how he manages his body. Because although he is 7'4", he's kind of on the thin side. So he's gonna have to add some muscle to his frame to be able to sustain in this league because we've seen big men in this league who is at least 7 feet tall and over they have a very short lifespan. We've seen Yao
Yeah.
Ming, we've seen Greg Oden, we've seen how that fared. We've seen how Sam Bowie fared and all these other players fared, and they was real tall. So I got Wembanyama for rookie of the year. MVP. Uh I'm with you. I'm doubling up AD, Anthony Marshawn Davis, MVP, and DPOY. If both of those things happen, I guarantee you we win the championship.
It's a lot. Yeah, it's a
It's a
lot.
lot because in order for you to win MVP and DPOY, your team, you got to be playing godly. You got to be
Super
playing
high level.
super
Yeah.
high level. So if
Mhm.
we get a super high level AD like we seen in 2020, if we could get a little bit of that and bring it over here in 2023, 2024, we win another championship. So MVP, DPOY, Anthony Davis, I'm with you on that one, my brother. Most improved, you stole the answer right from me. I'm going with Austin Reeves. I'm going with AR-15 for most improved because for what I've seen from last season to the Olympics and to
Mhm.
even the preseason, he's been looking great. He's
For
been
sure.
looking great.
For
He's
sure.
he's been looking great. And if D'Lo doesn't keep up the pace that he's shown in the preseason and AR just continues to improve, he could. Who's to say he could be the third option on this team?
Yep.
He's capable of doing that. So Most improved. Let's see. He said LOE. We thought Wimby was suspect at first game in Vegas. You won the older one, man. You won the older one, bro. I'm like, y'all been raving against this for this guy. This guy that the analyst said he's been the most exciting draft pick since LeBron James. What? He said LOE said right. I was calling him a buzz, but this preseason, man, he showed out, man. He showed up and showed out, man, for real. So most improved, I got Austin Reeves and six man. Six man. You know, it's not too many six men out here nowadays. You know,
I was gonna say like the list I can think off the top of my head is like Malik Monk, maybe Jordan Clarkson. I think he's won it twice.
Mm-hmm.
So you know he's a good pick.
Yeah.
Former Laker.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't really think of any other ones off the top of my head.
No, me neither. I'm gonna go Malik Monk, man. I'm gonna go Malik Monk specifically because I mean I can't really think of anybody else out there. But I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with Malik Monk, man. He's been like the most consistent six man these past couple of years. So he said I have a serious wild card for six man. That old man up in the Bay, I think he wins. Oh,
CP3?
CP3. What? Ooh.
CP3 is starter, I thought he was.
Yeah, I thought he was starting too. I thought he was a star too.
I don't know if they've actually announced who their starting lineup is.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to whatever the Warriors say. They're delusional as hell. I don't pay attention. You know, but yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting to see this season, man. It's gonna be interesting to see the stories, the trades, the storylines, the trades, the rumors. Like it's gonna be that all over again. But sad to say the offseason, the preseason is over.
It is.
However, we one sleep away to the regular season. So with that being said, we just thank everybody for joining us on tonight. It's been a pleasure having the chat up in here. Y'all did y'all thing on tonight. Thank you for your questions, your comments. As always, y'all make the show. We don't make the show. We just is y'all world. We just living in it. So before we get up out of here, I'm gonna turn it over to Ant this time. If he have any last things he want to get off his chest before the regular season start, you got the floor, my brother.
Yeah, I want people to enjoy the game of basketball. Like, enjoy what we're watching. Like, we're looking at, you know, even though I don't think that LeBron would just retire without actually having a farewell tour. So I don't think this is his last year. I think, if anything, next year might be his last year. Or, I mean, who knows? Who knows what might? I mean, you never know with LeBron. But let's just enjoy what we're watching. Like, you know, people just want to make judgments and be reactionary, act like they're Skip Bayless after every game, criticizing players. And it's like, let's just remember it's an 82-game season. Let's enjoy what we're watching and just appreciate the game, appreciate what we're seeing. I mean, we're seeing one of the greatest basketball players of all time in the twilight of his career, you know, and I mean, very realistic that, you know, they're going to be one of the teams competing for a championship this year. It's definitely championship or bust mentality. So just enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride. Also, if you haven't gotten a chance yet, watch that new LeBron Beats by Dre commercial. It is really good. I don't know if you've seen it.
Nah, I haven't seen it. I'm going to watch it.
He's got his whole family involved, and it's beautiful. Everything that LeBron puts out there is, you know, as far as being, you know, a family man, never gotten in trouble, anything like that. Let's just let's appreciate him and appreciate this team. So that's really the message I have.
Yeah, wise words, man. Wise words. Real wise words. And if you not seen earlier today, he said, yeah, that was a beautiful commercial. Yeah, it definitely was. Savannah, I think Savannah might have given us a little insight that LeBron, his time is not over yet.
I mean,
you know, she said, all right, we know you're gonna do it with Bronny.
Not just Bronny. Yeah, exactly.
Do it with Bronny. I'm like,
Bryce.
Like, Okay, we could like about 4 or 5 more years. Okay, but LeBron has been Iron Man his whole career. I mean, year 21, he became the greatest scorer in NBA history last season. So if he puts his mind to it, he said as long as his mind is in the game, he's gonna put 110% in every game. So his mind is in it. This is the most fun I've ever seen him have this offseason, doing training. So I feel like his mind is still in it as if he's a rookie in the league. So as long as he keep that mentality and keep that family first mentality, uh, he's gonna do great. I've never seen it before, and I who made that comment? I think it was Grant Hill. Grant Hill said that LeBron James has been the most scrutinized basketball player ever, and
Oh
I
yeah.
agree with that. I
Oh yeah.
definitely agree with that. Like you said, this is a man that's always stuck with his family. No scandals, no drama, none of that stuff. You can say whatever you want to say about him on the court, off the court. Hey, he's a decent human being.
Yeah.
He's a great man. Lead by example. A billionaire. He take care of his family. Never cheated. And it's still at the end of the day, some people still try to find ways to hate him, and he just find ways to channel that hate into motivation. And that's the one thing that if I were to leave anything with you guys, do what he does. Channel that hate into motivation. Anytime somebody hate on you, take that as motivation. Say, you know what, I'm doing something right in my life. Because if nobody's hating on you, that means you're not great.
Yeah, exactly.
The greats always get hated on. The hates always get scrutinized on. The hates, the greats always they always get diminished by a hate out there for no apparent reason. But at the end of the day, don't let that stop you from being great. Don't let that stop you from being who you are. And so Lakers fans, let's be optimistic. Every time. Lakers fans, let's be optimistic, man. Let's go out there and enjoy the game of basketball. This has been one of the most quietest off seasons that we've seen. No drama, no locker room issues. It's been a pleasure to just sit back and look at the Philadelphia 76ers over there crumbling. The Warriors over there worrying about if they're going to stand Clay or not. The Kings being the Kings, the Nuggets losing key pieces to their championship team, and we got stronger. So I'm definitely going to enjoy this season for what it's worth. Like I said before, I feel like barring any injury, we're going to be the top seed in the West and eventually win the championship. So let's go out there, let's cheer on our players. Let's root for our team. And I don't want to see any outrageous trades scenarios by these online GMs out here. Like, stop that. Like, that's the one thing I do not want to see. When a player has a bad game, all of a sudden y'all want to get rid of him. The same players that y'all was rooting for, that y'all was raving for the whole before they even had the bad game. Y'all was out here raving about them. Now they have one bad game. Now you want to trade him. Like, no, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that this season. I really don't. I don't have time for it. So let's stick behind our players, man. They have a bad game. Let's have faith in them. They're gonna get it right the next game. So with that being said, I'm your boy Dun the Kingpin with your boy Ant PMT Conley. And this has been another edition of the Kingpin Talks podcast. And we'll see y'all later. Go Lakers.
Trading Depot for Harden.
Oh, see, that's that mess right there. The mute button for real. The mute button.